All right, two local veterans of World War II enlisted as just teenagers, and they are among the small number of living witnesses to one of history's defining moments. And they have incredible stories to tell. There's a new group that's working to make sure those stories and these veterans are never forgotten. This month's nonprofit for the 208 Way is Honor Flight Boise. Here's Justin Core.
It was just amazing what I saw.
Patrick Teixeira was a kid growing up in Hawaii in 1941 when he saw the attack on Pearl Harbor happen right in front of him.
I was up on a mountain at 13, looking down into Pearl Harbor. I couldn't see the ships, but I saw just black smoke.
A few years later, he enlisted at just 17 years old, underage. He was shipped over to Hiroshima right after the bomb dropped to clear the wreckage.
Get out of the truck and get, and you look, and all you can see is just nothing. 5 miles, nothing. Just nothing was standing. I saw the start of World War II, and 5 years later, I cleaned up the ending of World War II.
I spent about 9 months there.
Donald Mathis served in communications.
I was a teletype operator.
He served largely on what he described as a rock in the middle of the Bering Sea, which took some talented flying to even land on.
Pilot came around the mountain and set up to land, and we hit an updraft. That plane just shot up in the air 200 feet, just like that. Pulled it out, said, we'll try it again. So we came around the next time and we got ready to land, and we hit a downdraft. That plane just dropped, and I was sitting there looking out the window watching that ocean water come up to me.
Obviously, both Donald and Patrick made it out okay.
I was very, very fortunate.
And there's an organization committed to making sure their stories, and their sacrifices are not forgotten.
Everybody who has volunteered is so passionate about this whole event and what we're doing.
Julie Kreider is the president of Honor Flight Boise. They serve veterans who served between World War II and Vietnam, flying them back to Washington, D.C. to show them the memorials that were created in their honor.
I mean, all we're doing is honoring people who have served this country.
While the National Honor Flight Network has been flying out of Boise for years, the City of Trees in southwest Idaho hasn't had its own chapter for a while. But they're taking off this fall for the first time since 2014 with Patrick and Donald on board. They need your donations to make it happen.
We are 100% donation financed. So we need sponsors. We have no paid staff.
Julie says helping Honor Flight Boise isn't just about making the trip happen. It's about keeping this community and this country's history alive.
It is hugely important for us to remember the history. And one of these things these flights do is they tell their stories. You know, they get together on the bus, on the plane, at dinner, and tell their stories. And that's what I hear all the time. People are forgetting our stories. They're forgetting how important our history is. We need to remind them that we fought these wars for a reason.
What are you expecting here in October?
I'm expecting quite a bit because I've never been back there. You know, there's nothing like seeing it in person, being there.
This is going to bring some emotions back for you?
Oh, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
Oh, I can't wait 4 more months. I can't. I really can't.
I know, could we just speed up the clock, right? Because it's so cool to see this. Okay, Julie wanted to make sure everyone knew they pay for everything from the time they receive the veteran at the airport until they bring them all back. That's all food, hotels, snacks, drinks, anything except the bar bill, of course. Well, we are asking for $7 to donate to the 208 Way to help send Idaho veterans to D.C. You can scan that QR code on your screen there on the right side. You can find the link to donate and learn more about Honor Flight Boise. The Idaho Community Foundation will match up to $2,500 this month, and you can find it all online.